Organizations are having an increasing demand for talent. Therefore, human resource management is one of the essential components to the success of modern companies. And that's why in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 4 universities in Canada to study a Master of Human Resources Management as an international student. So make sure you watch the video till the end to get the full gist. Hi Magis gang, my name is Majojiba Maji for short. If you're new here, you are welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you here with me again. Group hug. I hope everyone's having a good week so far and you are not letting anyone or anything dim your lights. York University is in Toronto, Ontario, and you could study an Executive Master of Human Resources Management. Students may complete the program on a full-time basis within 4 academic terms or on a part-time basis within 8 academic terms. For students entering York University on September 7th, 2022 or later, the tuition fee is $16,127.65 Canadian dollars per term for full-time students, or $8,063.82 Canadian dollars per term for part-time students. In terms of admission requirements, you need to have a minimum TOEFL paper-based test score of 600 or a minimum TOEFL internet-based test score of 100 or a minimum IELTS academic module overall score of 7.5 or a ULI academic program level 9 with distinction, or graduate from the ULI Graduate Studies Preparation Program with distinction, or a CAEL overall score of 70 with no component having a score that is less than 60, or a minimum CPE score of C, or a minimum CAE score of B, or a minimum Duolingo score of 140, or a minimum PTE academic score of 76. Additionally, applicants must have an undergraduate honors degree from a recognized university with a minimum B+ average in the last 2 years of study. Preference is given to applicants with an undergraduate honors degree in human resources management, business or commerce, administrative studies, psychology, labor studies, or sociology. Applicants who have completed a 3-year undergraduate degree, numerous human resources management courses, and have human resources work experience at a senior level may be considered for admission. Additional admission requirements are as follows. So you need to present 2 recommendations and a CV with maximum of 1,000 words listing human resources education, courses, and experiences. You also have to demonstrate a solid foundation in human resource management, normally acquired through coursework leading to the CHRP designation and human resources experience. For entry into the program for fall 2023, the university's application is available from the 15th of October 2022 till the 15th of April 2023. The Memorial University of Newfoundland is in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, and you could study a Master of Science Human Resources Management. The duration is 2 years full-time. Graduate tuition fees at Memorial University are charged on a semester-by-semester basis and reflect the cost of the program, not the number of required courses. Memorial University has 3 semesters per academic year, and the program fees are to be paid each semester. The tuition fee ranges from 1,074 Canadian dollars to 1,611 Canadian dollars per semester, plus an additional specialty fee of 1,708 Canadian dollars and 33 cents in each semester. Memorial University offers competitive funding packages to academically eligible Canadian and international full-time graduate students in all eligible research programs. The value of the funding will depend on the graduate undergraduate program a student is admitted to. Funding sources include School of Graduate Studies Fellowship, Graduate Assistantship, Supervisor Grants or Contracts, Special Initiatives funding. In terms of admission requirements, you need to have a bachelor's degree in an appropriate area of study as well as a minimum GMAT score of 600. However, a minimum GRE score of 310 will be accepted instead of a GMAT score. You are also required to have a minimum TOEFL score of 580 for the paper-based test, or 237 on the computer-based test, or 92 on the internet-based test, or a minimum IELTS overall band score of 7, or a minimum Montel overall band score of 70. Please contact the university for more information on intake dates. The University of Windsor is located in Windsor, Ontario, and you could study a Master of Management, Human Resources Management. The program is approximately 16 months full-time, and the tuition fee is 9,800 Canadian dollars per term. In terms of admission requirements, you need to have a 4-year bachelor level degree in an acceptable discipline from an academic institution approved by the University of Windsor, the equivalent of a 73% average or higher in undergraduate studies. You would also need to demonstrate English proficiency by meeting or exceeding an IELTS overall score of 7 or a TOEFL internet-based test score of 100. Additionally, you will be required to write a letter of intent. Enrollment is limited and preference will be given to candidates who exceed the minimum requirements and those with relevant work experience. The intake dates are September and January each year. The University of Toronto is in Toronto, Ontario, and you could study a Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources. The duration of the program varies depending on the route you choose. There is a 2-year Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources program. Full-time students who are eligible for admission through this route may complete the program in 2 years. There is also a 12-month Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources program. This option will enable qualified students to complete the Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources degree in 1 year of full-time study. This option is available to those students with a 4-year bachelor's degree or its equivalent in employment relations, industrial relations, labor studies, commerce, or psychology with a major in human resources. In addition to what I've mentioned, students who have previously completed the following undergraduate equivalent courses with at least a B+ in each course usually consider the 12-month program. So applied statistics in industrial relations, organizational behavior, strategic human resources management, and industrial relations. There is also a part-time study route for the Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources. Part-time students fulfill the same degree requirements as full-time students, but take fewer courses each semester. The average length of time to complete the degree is 4 years, but the length of time to complete requirements will depend on whether the student is enrolled in the 2-year degree or the 12-month advanced standing degree. In terms of tuition fees, students do not pay by course, but instead they pay an annual academic fee. Part-time students pay a fee that is approximately 30% of the full-time fee. The 2022-2023 total tuition fee for the Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources 2-year route is 42,550 Canadian dollars, while the 2022-2023 total tuition fee for the Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources Advanced Standing Option route is 63,160 Canadian dollars. The indicative 2023-2024 total tuition fee for the Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources 2-year route is 44,680 Canadian dollars, while the indicative 2023-2024 total tuition fee for the Master of Industrial Relations and Human Resources Advanced Standing Option route is 66,320 Canadian dollars. In terms of admission requirements, requirements, you need to have a 4-year University of Toronto bachelor's degree or an equivalent degree from a recognized university, or have completed a CEGEP program prior to a Quebec bachelor's degree, which is equivalent to a 4-year program. Applications to the 12-month advanced standing option require the above plus significant academic training in human resources, employment relations, industrial relations, labor studies, or labor economics. If the admissions committee determines that an applicant does not have sufficient academic training to qualify for advanced standing, the student will be automatically considered for the 2-year degree. You also need to have a minimum of a B+ or 3.3 grade in each of the final 2 years of your bachelor's degree. The Center for Industrial Relations and Human Resources is committed to building a community that includes representation from Black and Indigenous students, alumni, and university community members as a whole. For more information, please click on the links in the description bar for the following. English language proficiency must be demonstrated by applicants educated outside Canada whose first language is not English. The School of Graduate Studies recognizes 4 tests. For the test of English as a foreign language, the minimum overall score requirement is 580 for the paper-based test and a score of 5 for the test of written English. Additionally, the minimum overall score requirement is 93 for the internet-based test and 22 for writing and speaking. For the IELTS academic, the minimum overall score requirement is 7. For the certificate of proficiency in English, the minimum overall score requirement is 76. For the Canadian Academic English Language Assessment, the minimum overall score requirement is 70. For the Cambridge Assessment English qualifications, that is C1 Advanced and C2 Proficiency, the minimum overall score requirement is 180. Normally, if applicants meet one of the following conditions, they are not required to submit proof of proficiency in English. So if your native language is English, or you're a Canadian citizen who studied at a Canadian university where the language of instruction is French, or you have obtained your admitting degree from an institution recognized by the University of Toronto and where the language of instruction and the examination is uniformly English, or you've completed your admitting degree in one of the following countries or regions. Although professional experience in the labor relations or human resources field will be considered by the admissions committee, it is not required. Also, note that the work experience is not a substitute for meeting the minimum academic requirement of a B+ standing. The admission requirements for part-time students are the same as for full-time students. Although work experience is viewed favorably and taken into consideration by the admissions committee, it does not substitute for meeting the minimum admission requirements. Online applications for this program are available from the 1st of November 2022, and the deadline to apply is the 1st of March 2023. Okay fam, that's all for today. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that you can share it with someone that would also find the information I have shared beneficial. If you did find it helpful, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, please also remember to subscribe and join Magi's gang. I will see you all in my next video, but till then, as always, stay blessed and remember God loves you. Bye.